Miles, such a pleasure to speak with you. The film is great. And what I really loved was that it's so incredibly dark and there's all these great dramatic moments, but it's also very funny. It really
Yeah.
relishes in the absurdity. What about the script really grabbed you and excited you about this project?
I mean, I think a lot of the things that you kind of talked about, I thought I've never really done something. I've done some stuff that I think they would say is science fiction, but to me, this felt like a really kind of mature, science fiction world. And I just love the fact that these were all, people that were treated with a high level of respect and were very complex characters, but they're just put in some really bizarre situations. And I felt like the tone of the script as well as the movie just changes all the time. And we'd be filming something and I would ask Joe, like, what movie am I in right now? Like, what is the tone? What's the genre? What is it? And because it was shifting all the time. So it was a fun ride kind of to be, to have a front seat in.
Yeah, and there's some wild scenes. There's these really hyperactive sex scenes that you're in. You're falling
Yeah.
off chairs. You're really going at it. They're presented very comedically. How is
Yeah.
it filming like such an over-the-top scene like that?
Kind of bizarre. I mean, because first, it's like it's always well, I mean, you're still shooting a scene in a movie, so everything is operating at a pretty technical level. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of bizarre. It's like, hey, what's your name? Oh, Miles. Hey, nice to meet you. And then you have to go into this drug fueled kind of high octane, sex scene, but that just gets weird. But then you're trying to play the comedy of it too. So I think I'm glad that we were able to do those scenes with a little bit of levity, and it wasn't like a romance novel or something.
As an actor, all these emotions are going to their extremes in this film. What was most like challenging about that? Because you're going in all these different directions.
It was just tough not having any that it just had to be um you kind of had to garner and do everything yourself. It really had to be autonomous because it wasn't coming from your scene partner. It wasn't coming from anything really other than this guy presses a button, now you're feeling that, and then he pressed another button and now you're feeling that. So I think just having to kind of shift back and forth constantly. There were a couple of days where I just felt like a crazy person.
This and Top Gun releasing so close together is really wild. Have you had a second to really just soak this in yet? It's really a phenomenal run that you're on.
Thanks. No, I mean, I guess maybe if I went out more, maybe I would feel it. But inside my house, it's still pretty, pretty much the same. And but I think what's been nice is I've had a lot of people kind of reach out to me that friends I've made along the way, and people in this business, and seems like everybody's just really happy for me, which is nice. I think sometimes it can be a very competitive business. So to have like your peers and everybody honestly just kind of understanding the moment that I guess that it is for me career wise, that's a really nice feeling to have.
Then my last question for you, there's some really great moments between yourself and Jurnee in the film. Can you just talk to your portrayal of these very damaged people starting to open up again?
Well, it's powerful, right? Because I think they're two people that very much have their guard up, and they're people that have been through a lot. And I think they don't feel like they're, deserving of this, of, reciprocity or love, reciprocity of love and affection. And I'm really glad that they find each other in this, because it's a really tough environment they find themselves in. Prison, even though they say it's not a prison, it's a tough place to to find somebody and connect with somebody. And I'm just really, I mean, it's tough. I think it's complex, and that's what makes it nice. It takes all three acts for them to really kind of figure it out.